Hello, everyone. This is the Law Omnibus, and today our topic of discussion is my past. You see, I am what is considered a multiversal being. I can change my voice and form completely dependent upon my mood. It is an ability multiversal beings have, at least from the ones I have encountered. With my ability to change shape and traverse these stories, it has allowed me to blend in, to witness the stories taking place as a member of the universe they are from. But my tale is not a good one, not solely. You see, I had a partner long ago. Her name was Larissa. And Larissa was a wonderful woman, someone who you could always rely on, someone who, when it counted, helped you, and she helped me when I was in my darkest time. See, listeners, there is a group of words, a sentence really, who, when spoken, can control me. It's my true name coupled with my true purpose. My true purpose is storytelling. It is writing the words down and it is telling them to an audience. But when coupled with my true name, a name I have hidden and scattered across the infinite multiverse as a precaution for myself, I'm not the librarian. I'm a tool, a thing for my master. And there was a time where I was controlled, where I was under the command of another being, a mortal, who would use my ability to write stories and read tales and tell them so he could conquer more than any human had any right to. It was men like this, corrupted men, gods, entities like him, who made me sick to my stomach. But when he was my master, I was not but a plaything for him. He would force me to rewrite the stories of his battles. Battles where he would have lost, where my servitude would have ended, but he made me rewrite them. He made me write them in a way that he won the day. That the enemy army simply laid down their weapons, their shields, everything, and worshipped him as a god. And he made me do the same to gods, to men and women, to people across kingdoms that should never have bowed to him, who should have eradicated him in battle, and yet they worshipped the ground he walked upon. It was men like him that I hated. It was men like him that I wish never existed. But it is the unfortunate knowledge that men like him, people like him exist, and I hate it. I hate it, listeners. When he controlled me, when his bloodline were my masters, I was a monster. I was no longer the librarian of the law omnibus of the sanctuary of this place I call home, that I hope one day you will call home too. I was a barbarian. He gave me weapons, they gave me weapons, and they told me to slaughter, to kill, to defile in their names, and I had no choice but to obey. I hated every second of it, listeners. Every damn moment, every millennia was another cruel reminder that I was not me. But when his bloodline finally died, I thought I would be free. That I could simply return to myself, return to the sanctuary. But it denied me. My own home denied me because of the blood that was on my hands, because of the blood I was forced to shed, the lives I was forced to take again and again and again. It wasn't until I met Larissa, until I met my future bride, that I slowly, ever so slowly, healed my mind, that I shed this guilt. But the pain, listeners, the pain is still there. Every moment when I close my eyes, I hear their screams, their cries, their begging for help, begging for mercy. And what do? I cut them down. I slaughter them in the most gruesome ways that I could fathom. My anger wasn't pointed at the people who forced me to do these acts. It was pointed at the innocents, the men and women and people I had to slaughter just to appease masters who didn't even want me anymore. They just wanted my power. But it was with the knowledge I had given them, with the foresight, the forethought I was forced to give them, that they knew they couldn't harness my power. They couldn't unless they would die. I wished every moment when I heard the vile voices that I wouldn't have to obey, that they wouldn't heed the warnings of masters past and just take my power and burn. Burn for all of their crimes. Burn for the things they made me do. But I was not granted that mercy. I was betrayed by fate itself. Maybe it was the other multiversal beings laughing at me for taking pity among humans, for reading my stories. Maybe it was whim of my parents, of my family, of beings like me, who decided today is the day he suffers again. But I wish, how I wish that I didn't have to relive these memories, relive this part of my story. But if I am to have people who come to me for help, who come to my sanctuary seeking asylum. I must tell them my scars. I must show them my pain. I must bear my heart to them like they bore theirs to me. So it is with a heavy heart, listeners, that I tell you this story as well. See, little over 1,000 or 2,000 years ago, I've blocked these memories so much that the time frame has been warped and changed for the safety of my sanity. I visited Earth, and I wore my name proudly. I gave it away like a fool, a naive being, and with that naivety became betrayal. Betrayal of a master who simply uttered the words of my name and my purpose, and the ethereal chains bound me to him and all of his descendants. And from there, the tragedy began anew. I was forced every day, every night, every morning, and every afternoon, every moment, to read him stories that surely would have ended in his downfall, only for him to change it, to demand change in the moment of his downfall, for him to miraculously survive, for him to conquer his foe, for whatever befalling act to avoid him and strike someone else. And with that, listeners, I bring us to a close. I thank you for listening, and I hope that if you come to call the library, the law omnibus, your home, you look upon this recording and you do not weep of sorrow, because I do not tell you this to ask for forgiveness. I have done my time. I have repented my sins. I simply ask that you do not hold the past against me. But if you do, I understand. Thank you for listening, listeners. I hope you have a wonderful day, and please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe.